What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Pet Shop Boys, and I'm just checking. So the next tune in their 1987 album actually is "It's a Sin." Sin is essentially an inherently religious concept. The idea of that there are supernatural or metaphysical consequences or negative aspects to some actions, and it might not even be an action. It could just be like a thought or some sort of like moral perspective, and then by the perception of some, or by at least the interpretation of some relative to some scriptural or like oral tradition, it is seen as outside the bounds of what is permissible in that particular culture and or society, often like both. But yeah, ultimately, I'm a secular guy. Believe me, I got nothing against religious people who use their views and beliefs to try to be the best person they can and to sort of live their life in a certain way, and as long as religious people of whatever kind do not engage in violence or hate mongering or censorship on account of their views, I have not only no problem with that, but I'll do whatever I can to ensure their free and continued practice of religion. All I ask for in return is the same kind of live and let live mentality, as well as maybe a kitten here and there. So I'm a secular guy, but I'm sympathetic to people who, try to live their lives and be good people through a religious framework, even if that's not kind of the intellectual world that I inhabit. Nevertheless, as we have a very floppy kitten moving around on my lap, the phrase "it's a sin" makes me think of something, whether that's an action, a sort of belief, or like a disposition, or a moral platform, is seen as impermissible, non-permissible, unpermissible, anti-a-permissible. Let's just use all the negating prefixes possible, and one of them in there will be accurate. Nevertheless, so I wonder whether that will be more ironic or more like, oh, what you've done is genuinely bad. Like, you hurt me on a like psycho-emotional or like intimate sort of level. The way that you lied to me or the way that you cheated on me or whatever, that's a sin. So it could be perhaps more genuine. And indeed, in that context, it's less specifically about religion, right? It's just using the concept of sin as it has been understood in, religions in different places around the world. It takes that onto the like personal or like secular level by saying that like certain interpersonal behaviors or actions can be seen as egregious as a metaphysical sin. But it could also be like ironic in that like, oh, like you think that what I'm doing or who I am is a sin? Well, guess what? Like, there's more to that story, and let me tell you about it. So I feel like it could go different ways in terms of whether it's a more positive usage of the phrase or a more like genuinely critical usage of the phrase. Well, as Luca continues to flop around and purr like a crazy cat, let's get to it. This is Pet Shop Boys. The tune is "It's a Sin," and it's from the 1987 album Actually. Whoa. Coming after that heavy kind of languid piece, it couldn't happen here. I like that opening. It's like, hey, wake up. But still very church-like. Hey. This is like everything I've come to love about them in one opening to a song. Everything I ever do, every place I've ever been, everywhere I'm going to, it's a sin. At school they taught me how to be, so you're thought and wouldn't be. They didn't quite succeed. not a suitable word, like inspiring and I think a bit profound, not suitable enough semantics. Like that was just an incredible experience, like on all levels. And you know, it seems like it was sort of like, hey, everything I try to do is deemed by people, whether it's, you know, religious figures or social authorities or, you know, cultural authorities and so on. Everything I'm about and everything that I will do is like being considered a sin. So again, I think there's some of what I was thinking in advance, but it does seem a bit more specific. So I'll have to listen to it again. But what I did like pick up on, it felt profound. It felt like an embracing of like who one is, even if that means that you're, you know, seen in a certain light by others or by like traditional ideas and so on. And the sonics, like, get out of here. The synth layers, that driving synth bass, the sort of like the flourishes and explosions at the chorus, his voice of course. I mean, honestly, it's like I said, like so many of the things that I've come to associate them were in this song in a really good way. So yeah, just the top track, an instant favorite. Let me know if you agree. Yeah, just looking forward to more Pet Shop Boys, and again, because it had been a little bit, I feel like, you know, next few days I'm gonna try to get at least one or two more and sort of, you know, make this a PSB heavy period. So in any case, let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time. Peace.